from down under here. Today I'm casting a 4v4 on Oasis. I'll be playing as the Bulgarians, and I'm planning to do a TC drop, so I'm sending my extra sheep, my extra water buffalo, over to Dream, who's playing as my pocket. He'll be playing as the Teutons, and then SX, who's playing as the Byzantines, and Loro as the Vikings. As I said, I'm planning to do a TC drop. I'm just taking 2 buffalo and 2 rhinos, and I'm sending, I think so far that's 5 buffalo over to Dream. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find any more. There is one here. So I've set up my lumber camp over in Dream's base, and he's going to be walling up. So we're giving up a little bit of territory as far as walling is concerned, but we're taking extra territory by TC dropping the flank, who is Let's Get Down to the Business, and he's playing as the Goths. So we're getting straight down to the business, and TC dropping the Goth player. And as you can see, already got a couple of vill kills. I think he got one of mine as well. Let's switch over to his perspective now. Okay, he's already going up to feudal, and I'm one of 2 players still in Dark Age. He's dropping a tower, which doesn't range my TC, and it doesn't range my TC repairers either, so it's a bit of an ineffective tower, but I still want to take it down. And he has advanced to the feudal age, as have 2 of his other allies. At the moment I'm just harassing his villagers with mine, trying to keep mine from dying and keep his idle or dead. He's, as a Goth player, he wants to bring out infantry, so that's not surprising. But militia are not very strong, so I'm going to be frustrated that these 2 militia are not clearing everything. I don't think they have a kill. The tower goes down, and I'm the only one who hasn't clicked up to feudal age. I'm the only one who hasn't reached feudal age, actually. But my opponent is having trouble with his wood economy, and he's getting sent 200 wood from his pocket. And he's getting sent 400 wood from the other pocket. So while playing him, I was wondering a little bit how he was able to keep repairing for so long when his wood economy seemed entirely idled by my harassing villagers, and now I understand. 600 wood sent as tribute from his allies. Well, I'm proud to say that I didn't put any drain on my allies. I stayed in Dark Age and did my own wood chopping. Both the enemy scouts are over here. And Let's Get Down to Business has a lot of idle TC time and idle villager time. He's once again run out of wood. some shots in on my vills there, but I didn't lose anything. He's also idling 5 villagers inside the TC because those 5 extra were not shooting. A lot of players make that mistake. And he's also struggling to keep his vills safe when he's repairing. It can be difficult when the TCs are this close. And my harassing vills picked up one villager, one vill kill from the pocket. And this is the first I've ever noticed an allied player being able to repair another allied player's building. But you learn something new every day. And now this allied player has reached castle. He's brought out a mangonel. I'm going to try to repair my TC and get some shots in. I survived that first hit. I lost a vill there to the TC. Now I'm able to shoot again at the mangonel. However, I wasn't able to keep my TC repaired enough, but at a critical moment, SX comes in from the other side of the map with 2 scouts. And yes, he does take down the mangonel, so it's absolutely critical. I'm still in Dark Age. I'm fighting a Feudal Age player and a Castle Age player. So those 2 scouts from SX, now it's 3, were absolutely critical in allowing me to continue to hold this position. And it looks like, yes, the TC can no longer be garrisoned, as Let's Get Down to Business is out of wood. But his pocket has enough wood to build another mangonel, so I'm going to hope that SX can take this one out as well. There's a spearman there, but he does take it out. And now we get into some serious raiding. Villagers are falling to TC Fire, to the scouts, and now Dream, my pocket, has come in with a knight. Another knight over here, not even in action yet. A lot of vills are going down. Goth player is down to 21 vills. Dream brings his other knight over. Should be able to get a few more vill kills. Finally the knight goes down, but now the Goth player is down to 17 vills. Building a tower, but he's letting his town centre be weakened and it can no longer be garrisoned. I'm going to get one more, maybe 2 more vill kills. And SX has got 3 more scouts over here, 4. I'm a bit nervous of that tower, but now the TC goes down. I'm still nervous of the tower. He's not going to attack yet, but I'm going to attack the tower for him with my vills. And now his scouts have an opportunity to get some vill kills. Goths are down to just 14 villagers. They've lost their tower. And now the Korean player, or Pocket, is going to try to drop a castle on my TC. Mangonels didn't work, he figures, okay, a castle will work, but instead I'm going to drop a TC on his castle, and SX and Dream are going to come over with a little bit of cavalry and start killing villagers. So that castle gets abandoned, and Dream builds his own castle on the position, Looks like we won this position here, and Dream should get a few more Vill kills hopefully. Yes, he does. Okay, so I've finally begun researching Feudal Age. Will be the last up to Feudal. And we've taken a lot of ground on this side. We've also weakened the Goth player, who's only just now got his Feudal Age TC back up. And he still only has 13 villages. Now he's producing again. Let's move over to this side of the map, where Loro is just finishing up a crossbow raid. And now he has to face a lot of knights from Poles. And they're going to clear this crossbow mass, which is very unfortunate. So let's change perspective. Back to our perspective. And fast forwarding. Alright, the castle goes up and the knights break through the house wall. So now the entire northern half of the map is open on the left hand side to be raided. Dream does have a wall here, and my lumber economy has been here the whole game. But the Poles have about 25 knights. And even more, it looks like. A lot of knights. 33 knights in total, as you can see. And they're raiding both SX and Loro's economy. Looks like Loro's actually withdrawn all his vills. Some of them are being killed by this Polish knight. And SX's castle was denied, and instead a Polish one went up in its place. So whereas we won over here on this side, we took this position. The corresponding position, our flank on the other side, has been taken out. However, we do have the score lead. I'm much stronger than the Goth player that I took out with the help of my allies. And our other players are collectively stronger than their position as well. So, even though the strongest enemy player, the Poles, does have the score lead individually, we still have the team lead. And SX does have some castles up in defense, or one castle. And he should be able to hold here. He's also making camels. Looks like Dream has come over with some knights as well. The Dream has 15 knights, the Poles have 35. And it looks like Dream and Loro and SX are going to have to try to contend with this large force of knights from the Poles. And that's where the main battle is at the moment. Now SX has some decent camel numbers. He can contribute. these knights and camels are fully upgraded castle units, so I was surprised that the Poles came out of that fight so strong. We have some Mongol troops there, some Mangudai. Haven't joined the fight yet. Looks like this Polish raiding force is slowly getting cleaned up. Yes, and it should be cleaned up now. Dream has a lot of troops. And we have a Mangudai raid. Going up to Imperial, actually one of the first to go up to Imperial. Essex is having to garrison his farmers from this Mangudai raid. Let's see what he does. I'm going to bring in a large mass of camels and the Mangudai have to run away. Yeah, that's cool, I think. Okay, the Goth player just arrived in Castle and I just arrived in Imperial. Now we have a very large force of Polish Cavalier. Five of them still. Very strong. Just protecting these trebs as they take down one of Essex's castles. Essex has 21 camels, and at the moment he's wisely choosing to hold them back. He's got 29 now. Dream has 24 knights, it looks like. And this castle will fall. There's 8 Mangudai on the field as well. Looks like they have to take the fight now. Castle fire will help. And Dream is going to take some of his knights over and destroy these trebuchets. Looks like he'll get all 3. And the castle stands, which is good. And I think that our side came out of that the best. Dream is even still fighting with a few extra knights. And it looks like Dream is upgraded to Cavalier, yes. Laura is also in the Imperial Age. Unfortunately, this castle is in trouble again. And it will fall, but now Essex has 34 camels. Looks like they're heavy camels, I would say. Yes, heavy camels, looks like full upgrades. And you've got a massive number of them now, 52. 53, I think. Now, this castle will fall though. Polish player did well to protect the treb just long enough. Now Dream comes in with his Cavalier. Unfortunately, Essex backs away now. Camels are not good under castle fire, that's true, but possibly should have stayed there. And now we have what looks like a sneak base from the Goth player and an attack from the crocodile. Both players left one of his vills behind for some reason. Okay, and we have the GG well played from the strongest player on the map, the Polish player. So it looked like all of his cavalier died and he called GG, which was surprising. He had a bit more gold left, could have taken other golds, but he decided to call GG. Now the main fight, of course, will shift over to this side where there's now 2v2, and the other side now we have a 2v1 on the other side. At the beginning of the game, Loro, who was our flank, really had to hold the line against two players while we had a 3v2 on my side. Now things have shifted a little bit, and he's got a 2v1 on his side in this one. We've lost Dream's castle. We're looking for a good opportunity to take out these trebuchets. They're protected by Korean war wagons and Korean troops, Korean helps. I see my chance and I'd make a dive. Dream will finish off the trebs. There's another trebuchet over here, however. It's like his Teutonic Knights that he started to make. Elite Teutonic Knights will take that out. So that Dream has noticed that there's an enemy base back here. And Dream and I are just fighting underneath his castle at the moment, trying to build up our numbers and hold this line. We also have to deal with a Goth sneak attack in Castle Age. He's building longswordsman with Castle Age upgrades. Taking out enemy trebs. And war wagons are a little difficult to deal with, but we've got that under control. What we don't have under control yet is this large force of longswordsmen. And let's switch over back to the Gothic player's perspective. Alright, looks like he spent most of his resources on these longswordsmen. He's still in Castle Age. And what's his army size? About 80. They're only Castle Age troops. We are continuing to pour out of these barracks. How many are in queue? He's housed, but he has a lot in queue. Goth infantry spam. Okay, Dream is sending over some paladin now. And coming back with some konniks. lot of them, and they have got decent upgrades. They're only castle age troops. Goth players decided to go forever castle after the resignation of the strongest team there. And it looks like we will clear this. And we even saved the TC. And this Goth spam is not enough. Castle Age troop spam, not enough to compete with Teutons in Imperial Age. So they've shifted their attention back over to me. I don't have as good defences. Like this will be clear. The Teutonic Knights are just too strong, these longswordsmen. And over here we have SX forcing a resignation from the Mongols. He came in with a bit over 50 camels, heavy camels, and that was too much. Loro is taking back his base mainly with trebs and 60 arms. Okay, so we've cleared up this attack, and it looks like Dream even took out the castle with his paladins, I think. Only one player remaining. I'm moving in again, this time with hand cannoneers, but I think when he saw these paladin coming as well as konniks and all these elite Teutonic knights, he decided to call GG. Right, let's see. Yes, so it was really a match between Dream being the strongest player on our side and the two enemy pockets doing quite well. Korean player with the strongest eco, Polish player with the best military score. But I think what was telling in this game was, well, the KD from everyone was very good. Even Laura, who had to hold up against a 2v1, had quite good KD. But the big factor was taking out the Goth player, so he never got to Imperial Age, and for a long time was stuck in Feudal Age with 13 villages. So that was a very big factor. Dream had the largest army, that's important. And also Loro and SX had very big armies as well. The biggest army on the enemy side was the Goth players. Very late sneak attack with longswords. And as I said, they were only Castle Age troops against Imperial Age troops. And it was a 1v2. So that's not very impressive. The economy. Our side actually had the best eco figures, except for food. And surprisingly, the Koreans had the most food. Technology. Laura had an excellent Feudal Age time. I had an extremely slow Feudal Age time, 2750. I was in Dark Age for half the game. But I was able to take out the Goth player basically for the whole match. He only made it to Castle Age after 43 minutes and never got to Imperial. Society. Dream had 7 castles. He does like to fortify the map with castles, very good that way. Laura had the Vill high, and not surprising I had the Vill low, as often happens. Let's have a look at the timeline. Yeah, so despite being in Dark Age, With the help of my allies, I was able to take out the Goth player, and he remained pretty much out of the game until this very late sneak attack with longswords. The Korean player was quite strong, but never really had a military presence until very late, so it wasn't a big factor. The Polish player was a very strong presence on the battlefield. Once his cavalry troops got eliminated, he decided to call it, even though that was a bit premature, and it was the game was in the balance right at that point. But maybe the telling factor for him was that his Goth player had been effectively taken out of the game and never really got into the game even after he retired. So yes, that was our 4v4 on Oasis. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.